The Chamber of Shipping represents about 180 companies involved in the marine industry. We represent just a little over 80% of commercial marine activity here in the province. When you sit down to look at some of the challenging issues that we face today in running a modern, efficient maritime industry for the good of this province and also, of course, our country, it's amazing what you can achieve. Kinder Morgan's proposal to increase tanker traffic from approximately 1 tanker a week to potentially 1 tanker a day does represent a relatively small increase in traffic in Port Metro Vancouver. Overall, tanker traffic today represents something around 3% of total traffic, but even with that increase, it would be less than 10% of total traffic. Port Metro Vancouver handles approximately 3,000 ships a year. On a worldwide scale, that's a very small number of ships. If you look at the major ports in Europe, let's say Rotterdam handles 32,000 ships a year. It handles 10 times the number of ships that we handle here in the Port of Vancouver. So I think you can see that here in Vancouver, we have lots of room to grow. When it comes to tug capacity on the coast of British Columbia, we already have some of the most powerful tugs in the world providing assistance to our vessels. Perhaps they don't look very big on the water, but in fact what counts for is the power of those tugs and the training that goes into the maneuvering of those tugs to provide assistance to a vessel. The standards of escort and transit procedures through critical areas are to the very highest standard in the world. We get innovative, we try new processes, new procedures, and we believe there's absolutely tremendous value in our tug captains and our marine pilots spending days and days training together, working together, understanding one another. The passages themselves are well charted, they're well lit, the navigational aids all function perfectly, and the vessels themselves have capability of very precise navigational information that ensures that the ship is where it needs to be every minute of every day. There is perhaps a perception that some of the coastal passages here in British Columbia are uniquely difficult. I can say to you, as a seafarer and a former ship's master, that is not the case. We're very satisfied that there's no coastal transit that we execute today that poses any risk to the public or to our beautiful environment here in British Columbia. The Canadian public wants us not just to be good, but to be the best. And so we've put a lot of thought into how we can achieve that. The marine industry's determination to conduct our business safely whilst preserving British Columbia's way of life, preserving our environment, is always uppermost in our minds. The general public should place some trust in the professionalism of one of the world's leading maritime industries.